Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. right now. Matter of fact, I was just like taking my time, getting back into that mode of not rushing. In this video, I'm gonna speak of the new moon in Virgo and just the Virgo energies that's coming through in general. You know, and also kind of bring up a few little aspects of the history of astrology and dealing with cycles, and just asking the general question too, like the application, like why do I need to know about this new moon? Like what helps me to know that there's a new moon in, in whatever, like a new moon in Virgo or a full moon in this. So one way may ask, like, all right, what the fuck though? All right, I know the new moon in Virgo, now what? You know what I'm saying? Well, what the knowledge of this thing, these things helps us to do is helps for us to be more, have more power within our magic, because if I plant a certain seed at a time that's supported by a certain energy, hence, again, because it's like planting seeds on on an actual plant vibe, also planting seeds as far as like, with manifestations within our realm, if I plant a certain seed, you know, I want there's a certain fertilizer and a certain energy that could help that seed to grow more than the next, you know what I'm saying? And if I know, let's say, for instance, again, the new moon in Virgo, the Virgo energy deals with health. It deals with organizing, being diligent. Bringing things together, being a perfectionist as well. So I know that I like all the things that I want to, be detailed about or be a perfectionist about or anything dealing with health. I'm gonna work on in this moment because the energy support this, so it'll be even easier for me. Like again, like also another analogy of it, like going with the tide. Like if I'm in the water, and I'm going somewhere, and I know, like, all right, on Monday through Tuesday, on Monday through Wednesday, the water flows a little bit faster. So if I'm trying to go here, I'm gonna go on Monday and Wednesday because the water flowing faster. You know what I'm saying? On Thursday through Friday, the water flows backwards, and it's not the best day to travel that way, or actually it would be a better way to travel this way, you know what I'm saying? Like, like having these awareness, just like the weather. All right, tomorrow it's gonna be sunny, you know what I'm saying? So I know, like, all right, I can go ahead with that project I had planned, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, speaking of plans, Virgo energy, perfection, but this is like the essence of why, it makes sense, like why we looking at astrologists, because that's another thing too that's coming up a lot, is for us to be aware of like how to apply these things. We not just reading literature just to read literature and learning about the occult and esoteric just to say, hey, I know about the occult and esoteric. Is actually so it could be applied to our realm and reality, so that we could shift our consciousness and ascend from out of being, trapped in this physical realm, and it's using different you know different little exercises and techniques. Research, like if you look on YouTube, and I'm gonna make a playlist eventually, but universal frequencies and then visualizations. I got like at least 5 different videos on different types of visualizations, because that's the key to it. And also knowledge of cycles, like this is all about, dealing with knowing of how the cycles flow, and again, the whole reason why, like the Hebrews and worshiping Saturn deals with time, and the moment that time was created was the moment, like say for instance, creation started with time, because again, a bodysuit is temporary, you know what I'm saying? So that comes with time, but I ain't gonna get too deep into that. I saw myself, but August 30th, you got the new moon in Virgo. New moon always, again, you're doing destructive magic around new moons, and destructive, no, it doesn't mean anything bad or good, right or wrong. it's basically the type of magic like binding magic, or magic to pull away something, like to remove something instead of more so to add something, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we need to remove a habit that no longer serves us, or, you know, or protection spells, you know what I'm saying? It's very good around new moons. So, you know, in the new moon, again, the moon energy deals with intuition, deals with psychic abilities, you know, that mother's intuition. It deals with our dreams, creativity, and more so, you know, the moon in general deals with our deeper emotions and our, you know, in essence, our deeper subconscious realm. And so the new moon always is asking us to reflect again. Like the moon got us back to us on some like shit. I'm reflecting and going inward, and, you know, and planting these new seeds. Matter of fact, and it's also planting these new seeds, sitting down with his little journal, writing out affirmations, drawing sigils, you know, doing visualizations, you know, planting those little seeds, you know, because again, knowing that, you know, as you plant those seeds, or like the moon, as the moon plant those seeds, but you know, you reap what you sow, so you have nobody else to blame. You know, come around the full moon, where all those things you planted during the new moon is coming, you know, coming up, and hence why a lot of times, you know, we see such strong changes. Like, you know, if you pay attention, you start to realize the changes within your being when the cycles of these moon cycles come up, you know, like where a full moon come around, and it's like, damn, I feel like I could just, you know, like I don't feel the urge to want to smoke as much, or, you know, I'm doing this, or I'm more focused, you know what I'm saying, and and barely without even trying, and because I did my work during the new moon, you know what I'm saying, like I put that energy out there during the new moon. So, you know, and again, a new moon, so in essence, reflecting inward on new ways, or in essence, yeah, you could say reflecting inward on new ways of dealing with the Virgo energy. And not say dealing with the actual Virgo energy, but dealing with the energies of perfection, like your health. You know, Virgo energy deals with health, and it also deals with the intestines. So, you know, health, intestines, perfection, hard work, and again, detailed, analytic, with some of those words somewhat the same thing. But you know, it's the new way, again, new moons up, new ways of dealing with again, health. Like, all right, reflecting inward on how I deal with my health, and, you know, and Virgo not only dealing with health, but also being detailed and a perfectionist about it. So a lot of us within this time, you know, especially starting right now, because again, it's before the 30th, you know, you're feeling this vibe to be more organized and detailed about what you're eating. And again, remember this too, as we speaking on, you know, being detailed, analytical, you know, perfectionist, this and that, it's not from a logically rigid perspective, you know what I'm saying, but more so, you know, flowing from the intuition first and foremost, and then, you know, allowing for that to flow. But again, you're dealing with your health, so you're gonna be, again, more like, again, not rigid, like on some, like, I gotta make sure I only eat these things, and if I don't eat these things, it doesn't mean like that. It just means like, all right, hey, you know, what goes into my temple makes my temple, because literally, you know, the food you're eating basically creates the new cells in your body, you know. So, you know, are the new cells in your body being created with artificial foods, or is it being created with, you know, healthy food? So, you know, also you got that aspect, you know. And again, dealing with the intestines is, you know, it's like a part of the waste removal aspect within our realm. So, again, we're basically into, you could say, the theme of this, you know, one of the main themes of this new moon would be, you know, removing waste from our realm, and being, you know, detailed and analytical at analyzing and seeing, like, all right, what really needs to be removed, you know, like what waste needs to be removed from our system, you know what I'm saying, and having a perfect, and, you know, establishing a perfecting a way to remove this waste in a way that you work easy and not hard, you know what I'm saying? Because again, even though the Virgo is dealing with hard work. Hard work, quote unquote, could be applied in an easy manner, and not necessarily have to be hard work, but more so diligent, like, like you're doing your due diligence, but you're not working hard because you're working easy, you know. So again, dealing with that wave system. Remember, Virgo is an earth sign, being grounded, being a little more practical in these vibes, Virgo is a mutable sign, so it's adaptable, it's not really stiff in that energy like a fixed sign would be. Or a cardinal, a cardinal is cardinal not as much as fixed, but cardinal is like a trend-setting energy, like Capricorn sets the tone or the trend for that earth energy. Taurus is fixated in it, and Virgo is the adaptable earth energy, you know what I'm saying? And hence, again, cardinal signs, fixed signs, and cardinal, fixed, and mutable. And I also spoke about that, like the cardinal sign is like the mother, because again, what everything starts with the mother. So if the cardinal is the setting the tone vibration, setting the tone, because everything vibrates. If the cardinal sign is the mom, then the fixed sign is the dad, because the dad is fixated on, logic and being rigid, you know what I'm saying? And a child is mutable. The child, like, shit, I could adapt because shit, I learned from mama and daddy, so I could be a little mutable, you know what I'm saying? So again, the cardinal sign like the mother energy, the fixed sign like the dad energy, and the mutable sign like the child energy. Now this is a download from within, so you don't take what resonate, leave what don't. This don't come out of nobody's book that I read, at least, it's coming from my own little inner vibes. Because also, always gotta add everything into it, but 3 plus 4 equals 7. So the Trinity plus the 4 elements equals the planets, and then 3 times 4, is the Trinity times the elements, and you get the zodiac signs, constellations. But again, everything goes back. So the Book of Enoch, all this is about tracking the cycles and having knowledge of the cycles, and why the prophets were considered to be the people who, paid attention to the stars. But again, a matter of fact, when we come to the new moon in Virgo on August 30th, the sun is going to be in Virgo, the moon is going to be in Virgo, Mars is going to be in Virgo, Venus is going to be in Virgo, and Mercury is going to be in Virgo, and 2, while Sagittarius, while Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn in Capricorn, Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter is at home in their home signs, in the signs that they rule. And then Uranus is in Taurus, which Uranus will be in Taurus for 7 years, and then you got Pluto in Capricorn, which it'll be there till about 2020, 2021, where it will go into Aquarius, and Pluto will create that deep transformation with that Aquarius energy, with that eccentric, unconventional, because again, Aquarius is once ruled by Saturn, considered to be, but Uranus, that eccentric energy. So Pluto bringing that transformation through there. And 2, having this knowledge of these situations, like it takes Uranus 84 years to fully transit through all 12 zodiac signs. It takes Neptune 165 years to fully transit through all zodiac signs. It takes Pluto 248 years to fully transit through all the signs. And so when we have these, this knowledge and understanding, and again, I spoke on the book Quadrivium that shows how each sign moves in a different little orbit, so you also have that. But, again, and matter of fact, crystals for dealing with, the health, intestines, and organization. So good crystals to work with right now be shungite, with that health. And also, again, removal of waste, with the intestines, which the liver is the detoxing body part. One of them, the liver is one of the main detoxifying aspects, organs in the body. And then the intestines is what carry out the waste, you know what I'm saying? So, shungite with the health vibe for the intestines, mostly like any like yellowish orange crystals, you know what I'm saying, like from a carnelian to a citrine, but anything in that color range basically is going to help with the intestines. So like again, from yellow to like a yellow to orange color, you know, will help deal with the intestines. And matter of fact, on being more organized and, you know, detail oriented, being a perfection and being grounded about this. Matter of fact, the bronzite, like the what I'm working with, you know, it's funny how it came back around, because I was like, you know, kind of made it for the Leo energy, but here it is. The bronzite also deals with being grounded and organized, you know, because again, this Virgo energy, especially coming through for those of us who may be all floaty, you know what I'm saying, and just floating around and not really grounded in our physical, you know, in our little vehicle, you know. And I made videos about that, like being comfortable in your bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're comfortable in your bodysuit don't mean you're gonna reincarnate. You know, it's having the knowledge that this bodysuit is temporary and you came here to perform a certain task, you know, aka your sole purpose. And, you know, unless your sole purpose is to float around and kind of always be like ungrounded, you know, like if that could possibly be your sole purpose, you know. I wasn't right there with you signing your contract. You know what I'm saying? Technically, you know, I was busy signing my own contract, so I don't know. I know within my realm, I know I didn't come down here to be all floaty, you know, and hence why though I had to go through being floaty to really see that that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Again, you deal with the contrast and all the like a, you know, like a fuel, like a gas meter, you know, like a gas gauge. You know, you get to see like, oh, all right, shit, the tank almost full. I mean, you know, the tank almost empty. I'm not feeling this vibe. Let me pour some more of this in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that energy, you know. Now, the shadow aspect of the Virgo energy deals with being obsessive, you know, like obsessive about the way you're doing things, possessive, and then hypercritical. So be aware not to be overly, again, like not to be too rigid, too over analyzing, and you know, just too meticulous about, you know, the way you're dealing with things. But again, right now the theme is like it's always something to work on and be perfected, you know. uh Sweeping my own porch instead of, you know, worrying about sweeping somebody else's porch, because, you know, like the saying goes, you know, again, you're over there talking about, oh, what this person needs to be a true star seed, or, you know, that person over there ain't no real indigo, or this and that, you know. Why you worrying about other people's porches and trying to sweep dirt off of their porch? You know, you got dirt accumulating on your porch. You know, in the Virgo energy, you know, also, which I didn't really bring up too much yet, but, you know, representing the Virgin energy or the Great Mother energy. And remember, you know, the book is 16, the world's 16 crucified saviors by Kirsty Graves, you know, speaking on the 16 different stories of the virgin birth or the Immaculate Conception and this Christ figure being born of this, you know, Immaculate Conception, you know, and hence later on you get what the Roman Catholics call Mary, you know, or Virgin Mary, you know, and hence why the you know, the Virgin Mary, you know, the Virgo energy is represented by a woman and also connected to the grapes, you know, because the grapes is connected to the blood, you know, so that blood connection, like, you know, they take you to church and you drink the blood and the body of Christ and all that, you know what I'm saying? And I joked about that, like the cannibalism, like, that's cannibalism, you know. But understanding the deeper allegory of it, you know, the blood is like the, you know, in essence, it's like the waters, you know. It's like that blood or the primordial waters of the mother, you know what I'm saying? And we being baptized in that blood or that water. And hence, if you saw my latest Instagram post where I had the wine ritual, you know, on the beach, not before I even knew this Virgo energy was coming in like that, you know, and before my conscious mind knew, my subconscious and my soul was aware, like, hey, it's getting around that time, but, you know, around that moment, but so again, just being aware to not be over obsessive, over analytical, you know, have that awareness. Again, I spoke on the crystals, Fluorite, hematite, pyrite, and bronzite will be great crystals to work with, especially on the organizing vibe, to be more organized, more grounded about our approach to things. And I think about pyrite and hematite, well, and bronzite will help with getting out the waste as well, with the health aspect and, clearing the intestines, Like, matter of fact, right now, a lot of us may be getting the urge to detox. That'll be a high theme right now. It's like detoxification. And again, although the Virgo energy deals with the intestines, you may find yourself, consuming foods or dealing with things that help to clear out the intestines as well. Like I know dandelion. I always go dandelion and burdock root. But one of them is more for the blood, one of them more for the liver. But no coincidence that the liver is like one of the bloodiest, like dense with blood out of all the organs, and hence why, dandelion burdock root works so good in combination. But again, you may feel that urge to detoxify right now. And again, remembering dealing with astrology, it's like math equations. Like, all right, the sun energy does this, like the sun deals with, let's see, the sun deals with health, pride, identity, leadership. It deals with, self, deals with confidence, fruitfulness, expression, and radiance. So I know the sun deals with that, and then I know the Virgo, and I know the Virgo energy, which is ruled by Mercury. So I know Virgo energy gonna be connected to Mercury, and again, it has its own energy because it's an Earth sign. You know what I'm saying? So an Earth sign gives off of energy, and you even see those combinations, like like Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, all Earth signs, so they have that in common, but they're ruled by different planets, so they got a uniqueness due to what planet they're ruled by. Taurus a little more loving of arts and being more sensual and in the five senses because it's ruled by Venus, while Capricorn, more of the Saturnian, like organized, being more, about the material realm, on the building yourself up, kind of more so from an ego perspective. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, so it's like that commerce, communication, divination, strategy. When I think, because matter of fact, strategy, when Mercury deals, like how I'm gonna strategize and take care of this type of vibe, and that's kind of like that Virgo energy. So it's like a math equation, and again, Mars and Virgo, so our willpower, what else? Willpower, lust, courage, our sexual energy, desires, our power, willpower, all this in connection with the Virgo energy. So how do we, I gotta say, our health and our perfection energy in the area of, dealing with, again, courage, with lust, with willpower, and then you got Venus in Virgo, so being, having a healthy aspect of how we deal with our relationships and love and being sensual, on all levels, and having a more detailed and organized aspect of how our approach to relationships and love is, and that's just one of the aspects, because again, Venus deals with beauty, attraction, fertility, because Venus again is that Freya, Friday, Oshun, Urzuli, Freya energy. Matter of fact, I got a video. If you type in universal frequencies and Friday, it'll bring up those videos in a connection with Venus and all that. But again, that Virgo energy mixed in with that Venus energy right there, and then you got Mercury at home in Virgo. So again, communication, strategy, the way we travel, and being more organized and analytical about it, and seeing healthy aspects of how to deal with this. So also Virgo would be like, all right, Virgo would say for Mars and Virgo, Virgo would say, what's a healthy way of how I display my willpower? What's a healthy way in how I connect sexually? What's a healthy way in a more organized way, and being more of a perfectionist? about how I display my willpower, or how I, you know, show my courage, you know, like basically like that, you know. Again, Virgo Venus, uh, my health and its relationship with arts, and dealing with music, or like drawing and expressing myself, or going enjoy these forms of expression, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I organize and detail orient things to, like, 'cause another thing too, with this Virgo energy is gonna be doing is having us organizing things, again, not rigidly, but in some way, form, or fashion, having some type of you know scheduling, like type of vibe, like, again, not say scheduling, but kind of detailing the way we would go about our day, you know, like having certain moments or certain times to do things, and again, not being rigid about it, but actually putting it out there. Because, be real with you, that's a part of cyclomancy and exercises to strengthen your psychic abilities, but in connection with your willpower. It's an exercise where you plan to go to sleep at a certain point. Oh, no, no, no. Well, no, you do have that one. Like, you plan to go to sleep at a certain time at night, and you don't let nothing disrupt you or take you away from that plan. Like, you plan it, you don't be nervous about it leading up to you. Just make sure, like, hey, I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock. I don't give a fuck. Like, in the book say, only, if it's extreme emergency, then yeah, of course, and you have no choice. But for the most part, go through with that plan. And it's an exercise, so it's not us trying to be rigid. Is more so an exercise that we'll practice to have a stronger willpower, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, in order to create, point blank period, it takes focus and willpower. Now, as much as somebody may argue to, like, walk around here floating around and I'm just floating and going with the flow, just floating and going with the flow, like, that person necessarily won't be that vessel that they came to be, that vessel for the higher self and that energy that they came to express in this physical realm, just by floating around. Again, unless, put an asterisk by that, unless they did sign up to float around, that's a different story. then they on point with their sole purpose, if that's what they signed up for, but and right quick too, within the tarot cards, the 8, the 9, and the 10 of Pentacles deal with the Virgo energy. And I'm trying to see if I could pull it up. Oh, that's one of them. Just want to bring them up just to show y'all. 9. And matter of fact, and two, and most of it, all, and that's how you read the symbols of the tarot cards and just see the picture speaks 1,000 words in general. Mostly all the Virgo cards got like little grapes, so the grapes, again, back to that blood, and hence why they tried to fake the Virgin Mary being real, or more so Mary Magdalene and the bloodline of Mary Virgin. Like, they actually made that a last name. Like, they took the word Mary and Virgin and turned it into like this last name of this supposed to the chosen family that comes from the Virgin Mary. And hence, obviously, these people are trying to fucking fake you fully left field. Because if they so say know anything, then they should know, hey, message, I just said 16 crucified saviors. Mary wasn't a real fucking character. So the fact that they like, oh, this family named Mary Virgin was like, and it's a fact that Constantine had the 2 Nicaea councils and tried to turn the Christ energy into a historical character, and asked the Pope Alexander, I think his name was at the time, asked his nephew Caesar Borgia to pose to be the fake white hippie Jesus, to have people waiting for something to save them instead of doing what they gotta do and understanding the cycles of time. Hence why they took out the book of Enoch and the Apocrypha, when they did these Nicene councils as well, you know what I'm saying? So again, how in the fuck is gonna be a family called Mary Virgin or whatever when that whole shit didn't even exist on that level? Like, and two, that just shows the audacity of how they like going for y'all, going for everybody neck. Like, you know, they don't like. You better read, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause we got the audacity to just come at y'all, like, you know, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what we could get away with, you know? But, oh dang, I must have passed it up. That's basically it. I just wanted to show these cards right quick. There we go. See it, brother. Hard at work, being organized, sitting on this little bench, getting it together. You know. So that, you know. So again, you can see the Virgo energy in this, you know. Being detailed, hard, you know, the hard working aspect. And again, as I say, hard working easy, you know. When I say hard work, I think of just making sure you're doing the work that you should be doing, you know, and doing what you love. Because if you love what you're doing, you're doing what you love. If your career or what, you know, your aspect of what brings revenue in your realm is doing something that you love, then it's never hard work. You're just like, yeah, like say for like if I'm a musician, yeah, I might be in the studio, I might be in the all night long, you know. But I'm not considering it hard work because I love what I do. And yeah, it could be like, oh yeah, but I was in there for a minute. Oh man, yeah, I just finished getting it in. Whew, I'm a little tired. But even still, it doesn't feel like, oh man, you know, like a, you know, like I don't want to do this no more type of, you know. It's like I enjoy this. I put in that work and I enjoy it, you know. And again, working easy, not hard. Another Virgo card, the 9. You know, enjoying this abundance. I think this may be Venus in Virgo. So Venus, you know, love, beauty, you know, sensual. You just, whoever this is, they just enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like trying to rush to go work nowhere, none of that. You know, like enjoying the fruits, the grapes. You know what I'm saying? So again, as much as the Virgo energy is hard working, well, me more so because it's attached to Venus. So before I even say that. But this is more so, again, like, I think about health, you know, when I see this one. And this one, you know, got the grapes. You know, 2 dogs could symbolize, you know, Sirius A and B, you know. And that Lazarus energy, or Babalu Aye energy. It's kind of shaped like the 10 Sephiroths from the Tree of Life, you know, but you know, you see them grapes in there. So all pointing to the Virgo energy. So again, you know, why do I need to know this? Why do I need to know that the new moon in Virgo? Because you could plant new seeds, you know, in connection with, you know, again, our health, being more detailed, analytic, being modest, being discerning. That's another aspect, you know, having that discernment, you know, like but again, like a weather forecast, you know, if I know the water is going faster upstream on a certain day, then I'm going to go and put my boat in the water on that day, you know, instead of the day where the water going upstream and because I didn't pay attention to it and I think, oh yeah, I know it all and fuck the weather, fuck paying attention to the weather, I know it all and I'm going to just go out there, you know, and then you paddling upstream, you know, when you could have had the awareness to know that you didn't even have to paddle upstream. As I'm saying that, you know, to each his own on how you deal, because, you know, there's different levels to all of our psychic abilities and intuition. You know, a lot of us may not, you know, because again, my awareness getting to a place where I'm not having to necessarily pay attention to it in detail in that sense of it, because I automatically, like, just by pulling my ego out of the way, and not having my, egoic mind try to overly manage everything. By just going with the flow of my soul, I'm going with the flow of how, things should be worked out, you know what I'm saying? So again, I had that the synchronistically got handed someone, and kind of caught that urge as the person offered it to me. I was about to be like, nah, I ain't trying, Like, matter of fact, I could have took that as, oh, man. And again, assumptions and, like, on some, like, something outside. That's what, so how you create demons is externalizing the energy of, like, something outside you can harm you, or something that's trying to harm you. Because, again, when that person was offering me that wine, I could have looked at, oh, man, they're trying to bring my energy down. They're trying to, sabotage me. No, it's neither good or bad, right or wrong. I had that choice to, like, hey, I connect with that wine or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody pushing it on me, and just because it was, presented doesn't mean like, oh, that's a demon or this and that. Which in some cases, I keep it real though. Spirits, and energies do move through, like, you being offered something through quote unquote synchronicity. But for the most part, again, seeing that connection, because as soon as I saw, I'm like, and that was my vibe. I'm like, the only way I'm accepting this is if I, make sure my intentions are in a high vibrational state. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, Sun in Virgo, Moon in Virgo, Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo. August 30th, new moon. Peace, peace. Happy now. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past.